Hello everyone, DJ Collectibles 99 here, and today I am ecstatic to finally show you the limited edition Kida doll. I pulled her straight out of the shipper box and blown away instantly. Like, I cannot wait to get her out of the box and just see all the amazing details that this doll has, because there's so much to go over. So beautiful, and like the details are so wonderfully like intricate and well crafted looking, and I'm so excited to see it, like that there's actually a Kida doll in the limited edition series. Like, I never thought this day was going to come. And you know, it came out in 2001. I was around like 2 years old at the time, I think, when it came out. And this movie just honestly is really, really special to me. I literally grew up watching this movie and loving it. I had it on my VHS tape, and I played it on my, my TV constantly on VHS, basically until the tape died. So it's definitely very special to me that they finally are giving Kida representation, because honestly, I'm a part of the people that really think that Kida needs to be a part of the official Disney Princess lineup, but it's sad that she's not. And I know that the movie back then got a little bit of a bad rep and not good box office reviews and everything, but honestly, I love Kida. I love how powerful she is and bold and brave, and how loyal she is to her people and her culture. And, that really resonates with me, and I really, really love that. And that's part of why she is literally one of my favorite Disney princesses, because I'm going to call her that. She is a Disney princess in my book, for sure. So first, let's take a look at the box, and then I will be deboxing her, of course, and I will show you all the amazing details that they put into her, because I swear, just from looking at her, I can tell you that the people who made this doll loved the movie and knew what they were doing when they were crafting this doll, because there's so many like little tributes to the movie that I can't wait to go over. And so yeah, let's just get started. Starting with the box here, it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's simple yet very Atlantean. It's very, I don't even know how to describe just how simple yet elegant this box is. Like, if you're an inbox collector, you're going to adore this box. And I know that some people don't like, like the new box types, but I know that the art itself is just really, really pretty and simple, and almost like looks like it's glowing, which is a huge part of the movie in Atlantis, how they captured the artwork to make it look like, like the stones were glowing and stuff like that in the movie. So I feel like they captured that very, very well here. And the whole entire packaging actually reminds me a lot of the floating stones that are carved of their, what I believe their ancestors. So I just absolutely love this feature. It's just so pretty, and I loved the Atlantean kind of calligraphy and the way that they had that in the movie. So I'm just really happy it translates really well into this box. So starting at the top here, you can see some scrolling like patterns here, where it kind of is like a light blue, but then it's surrounded by a little bit darker blue to give that nice glowing effect. Here you can see that there's a little bit of like wear, like they're trying to make it look like it's a little bit older, and this really makes me think about like the beginning of the movie, how there's like a little bit of like this like cool firework thing with the Disney logo, and it kind of makes me think of that old stone type of feel that they were going for in the art style, which I really like. You can see that the Disney Store logo is right there in the same kind of glowing blue format. And then it is kind of dark blue around the rim here, because the whole entire base is like this really beautiful metallic dark blue. And then going there, it says 6 and up. And then going all the way down, you can see that it has the limited edition Kida, one of 9,600. I was really shocked to actually know that she got a large edition number, because with the characters that aren't super popular or well-known, for instance, the limited edition Vanessa doll, even though she is pretty popular in the doll community and well known to be, like the second version of Ursula, they didn't know how she would do, so they did around 2,000 of her. So she was pretty limited, but she still sold very, very well. and 9,600. I know that like this isn't a very well recognized character for some people, but I'm really happy that they did this number because it seems like a lot more of the people who truly love Atlantis are going to be able to get her. And I believe as I'm making this video, she is still available on Shop Disney. So I can already tell you, even before deboxing her, I highly recommend getting her before she's gone. You don't know when she's going to show back up in another collection or if she ever will, due to her, you know, status in Disney and just not being super popular. So definitely pick this up if you're an Atlantis fan, because I can already tell you it's simply stunning in person. Like, I absolutely love her. But going down here, you can see that it does have the same type of patterns, and there's actually like a little hint of a secondary pattern in like a really dark blue, kind of hiding behind that metallic, which is really pretty. Going to the side here, I probably won't show the inside cover because of glare or anything. I'll probably just debox her after this, but you can kind of make out how there is a cover basically mimicking the pattern on the top. So on the side here, you can see that there's like this pattern, but it also is translated to the inside plastic that is light blue actually. So we're actually getting a colored plastic, which is really nice. I know that they did a light blue color design on the limited edition Merida doll that I deboxed, but I haven't seen it personally since. I don't think there were any dolls, honestly, that had this blue printed type of design that I've picked up anyways. I could be very wrong, but it's really nice to see that cool blue printed format again. It just kind of reminded me of Merida's box design that was also blue, so that was really cool to find out. Going to the side here, you can see that there's more of like that type of pattern, simple, glowing stuff. And you can see right here, it looks like there's some sort of like parchment underneath, which is kind of cool. I can't really make out what that is currently, but that's kind of cool that it like looks like kind of like a, or maybe not even parchment, but maybe it's actually like just like engraved in stone. It's hard to tell, but it's really cool that they have like pops of different things in there. Like you can even see a little bit of something like right there if you really look. But going down, you can see more of that faded kind of scratched effect, as if stone was kind of dragged across it. And then you can see that there are different type of like tiki-like faces, which is really cool. And it kind of reminds me of the masks that they wore in the movie when you basically first find out about Kida. And then there's some more like kind of stone stuff right there. And it's actually hard to see in person because it's like a little bit darker, but it shows up lighter on camera, so you can see it a little bit better right there. This is the new style boxes. So going to the back here, you will see a really nice dark blue satin bow. I have not untied it yet, so that is why it's still perfect, because I do not tie this well. But yeah, that is definitely coming undone and will probably never be the same again. It also has this new barcode with no price tag on it. She does retail for, I believe, $129.95 plus tax. Yeah, I think that's the price. Basically the same prices as they have been recently within these last 2 years, with the increase to $130. You can pause and read that if you would like. And then also I will undo the bow by Perfect Bow. And if you would like to pause and read that too, it's just in a different language for everyone who wants to see the back of the box and can read that. And then it does have a certificate of authenticity and a display stand included, like all the other 17-inch ones. Going to the side here, you can see that it has the same pattern as the other side. And going back to the front, I will tip it down for you. And it does have the same satin bow, and it does say Atlantis, the Lost Empire, and it's the title of it, basically, from the beginning of the movie, which was a nice touch as well. But yeah, I think that's all for the box, so let's get her open and see all of her amazing details that she has to offer. Okay, she is finally out of the box, and oh my gosh, you guys, she is absolutely gorgeous. I can't even, like, her bottom of her skirt, like, is so pretty. And in the box, you, like, really don't see how long it is, but it's like a full-on, like, train in the back, which is really pretty. It's a little bit hard to see because her cape's in the way, but I'll be sure to take lots of photos and stuff after I show what I can, just to make sure that you guys see all the details, and those photos will be at the end of the video. I adore her, and she is literally everything I wanted in a Kida doll that I waited so long for them to finally do. And I'm just so happy that they finally did her. I am through the moon right now. Like, it's just, I love her so much. But enough of my rambling. Let's see all of her amazing details, starting with her gorgeous face. I'm speechless, honestly. Like, she has such a beautiful face, and I do think that in person it looks so much like Kida. She's so, like, she has this curious yet fierce kind of, like, expression on her face. It's just such a wonderful type of, like, expression for her. I just think it looks so wonderful, and she has really beautiful nude tone lips, and even the tattoo is like this really beautiful, like, light blue color, and is really accurate to the film, which I love. And she has just, like, the perfect amount of length to her lashes, and they're done so beautifully. I'm like so for her sculpt and everything. Like, it's so gorgeous, and I just really love how perfect her lashes look and everything too. I know that with the hair, it's been ups and downs and everything, but I'm super thankful that I seem to have gotten a decent one. This one seems a little bit more of like a choppy look. I know some looked a little bit more bowl cut than the others, so if you do buy her, just know that there are some, like, variations to the hair, like some a little bit longer, some shorter, but I think I got a pretty good style on mine where it looks choppy like it was in the film and stuff like that, so I'm really happy for that. And if I move it out of the way slightly, which is hard because it's gelled, you can see her beautiful thick eyebrows, and she does have, like, a nice kind of, like, purpley eyeshadow from this angle. If I can get it to focus, yeah. So she has, like, a purpley kind of gold eyeshadow from what I can see, and that's really pretty. I love that so much. And then, of course, she has her big blue eyes, which I absolutely love. I think the shape and everything is really well done, especially from, Kida and the entire Atlantis cast was such a, like, unique type of, like, art style, I feel, compared to, like, other standard Disney princesses and stuff. It was a little bit more edgy, blocky type of style, in nice, like, kind of straight lines but angles as well. And I feel like her face was super angular, but I feel like they did a really good job trying to capture the angled features without it being too angular and, like, kind of looking odd. I feel like they softened the angles, like, just right so that it'll match within your collection perfectly, but still capture the character that we all know and love. So I absolutely think they did a phenomenal job with bringing her to life in 3D format for sure. Going down, you can see that she does actually come with her earring. It's like a metal painted gold. And it is a little bit of a, like, different style, but due to the sculpting and everything, they had to do it like this, rather than kind of go in one side of the ear and come out the other, but I'm totally okay with that. I think it looks accurate enough to get the job done. Going down, you can see her hair is actually really long and goes in the back like so. It actually is goes down pretty far. It goes down to her, like, mid-back area. And then you can see her, of course, iconic necklace. Oh, and before I forget, she does actually have the band in her hair as well, which I think is awesome that they added that, because she does have it in the movie, so I'm really glad that they incorporated that as well. And then I will say that her hair actually is really silky and soft in the back. Excuse me. But it is silky and soft in the back, but of course the front is heavily gelled to keep that whole look of the layers and stuff. But it's a really good quality hair, and really thick as well, like super thick hair, which I love. I'm gonna set down her staff so it doesn't fall during this review, but I will show that separately. Right here you can see her iconic necklace. At first I was actually, like, when the promo pictures first started, like, they weren't super clear or anything, so I thought that the entire thing was gold and I was about to throw a fit. Or not like a huge fit, but like I was kind of like a little disappointed because it didn't look like that it was a full-on stone type look. But I am super happy that it is an actual like type of stone look rather than being all gold, which I absolutely love. And I think the only thing about this necklace that I wish they would have done, but I like I said, I'm not gonna knock it completely because I think it's gorgeous, is I just wish that instead of the gold, because we got a lot of gold going on, I wish that they would have done like a brown rope, like a nice brown rope for the necklace instead. I know that they've done it in the past. There have been like the live action Belle, she has like a rope that they used rather than chain or anything like that for the necklace. And I know that this is a designer interpretation, but I just thought that the brown would have like popped a little bit more in the necklace and been a little bit more movie accurate, because I do absolutely love the necklace in the movie. So if that was like 100% movie accurate, I would have been through the moon. But again, absolutely beautiful, not knocking it, just would have honestly loved the brown rope instead of the chain. And it does glow in the dark. I will try and put photos and stuff at the end of the video showing how it glows in the dark if I can capture it well. It's a little bit hard to capture in the dark, but I will do my best. And I already did try out the glow in the dark feature while she was still in the box, and it works really well actually. Like, I didn't even have her out of the shipper for like at least, you know, more than 5 minutes, and it was glowing super bright, like this nice green hue, which that's my other thing with the necklace. I wish that they could have had it like kind of glow blue, but I know that it's probably hard to do that and like pick the colors, so I have no problem with it being like a greenish hue, but it would have been cool to see blue as well. But it does glow really pretty, and they did a really good job on how brightly it glows too, which I hope I can capture in photo form later. Going down to the bodice, I absolutely love whatever fabric they chose. It's thick and sturdy, and it's this really beautiful, like shiny, multicolor type of print, and I love it so much. It like gives off like this perfect sort of like magical type of vibe. Like, it's very mystical, and I think it's like a really nice ode to when she, like, spoilers, turns into like that crystal form. Like, it just gives off these really pretty multicolored vibes, which you can probably see as I move it. It goes from like light blue to purple and has like kind of bits of like a darker blue in it as well. It's just so pretty, and I think it translates so well in this doll. She does have chains that do connect to the bodice as well. And you can see that they kind of just are sewn on there. So do be careful with her. If you are a deboxer, make sure that when you put the stand on it, you don't want to like kind of rub that area. You want to stay clear of that, because I would hate if you got her and she had you put the stand on and then one of the chains broke, because that would really suck. So just kind of letting you guys know that if you're an out-of-box collector, so that you don't have that issue, because that is a very that's a potential issue that you could have. Connected to the chains is her beautiful, beautiful armor. As you can see, this is where you start to see the tributes being paid to the film that let you know that the designers really did care and they wanted to put attention to the film. This is her father's totem at the end of the movie that they carve in stone, and then it flies around the their source crystal that helps, you know, kind of protect it. And it looks phenomenal. The details are like definitely like spot on. Like I did this for the display background, and mine's nowhere near perfect, but you can see kind of like the similar details in my version that I did compared to this one. And you can see that they really did get the details of like the swirls and stuff in, and I really love that they did that. And it's a nice ode to like not only her father but just to the movie in general, because that was such a like a heartfelt and touching scene, and I love that it got represented. And I just absolutely love also that as the eyes are glowing on the totem in the movie, they created these crystals that have like a multicolored glow that really match her outfit, but also gets the point across that the stones themselves were magical and full of power. Going down, you can see that it does continue this really pretty pattern, and then you can see that it does go down even more, and there is a scrolly-like pattern on this as well that kind of looks kind of stone-like. And I know in the movie her armor is actually silver, but I actually do like the gold because it complements the embroidery and everything a lot better. And I really think it complements with the really beautiful choice of stone that they used as well, which really does shine, guys. It looks really, really great. But yeah, I absolutely love it. And I feel like this version of Kida anyways, like with how she's done up and has the stone, I would like to think of her as more of like a post-movie Kida, where she has like kind of become the queen of Atlantis now and she's running everything, and this is kind of how she dresses in her armor now after the movie. I like that interpretation a lot, so that's just kind of my like little perspective on it, and I just think it's really nice. And then you can see her other armor piece right here, which is just as detailed and equally beautiful, and it does have faux fur and stuff like that, which I absolutely love. And then going to the back here, I'm going to turn her around real quick and move her hair out of the way. She does have a type of kind of pullover cape, which is really, really beautiful and definitely fits the whole Atlantean theme of like flowy stuff, but also like, you know, it's not like super done up per se, but it's like a nice like warrior type of status thing, which I absolutely love. So it goes over the left shoulder and then under her right arm, and then also goes across her back and ties into like a nice little bow underneath her right arm. So you would have to actually physically untie that to take this off, and which is no problem for sure. I do like when you like have actual ties and stuff rather than just Velcro and all that stuff. I love real materials like that they use. But it's really beautiful. It goes from a dark blue, and I'll try and get this as best I can because this material does reflect a lot, creating a little bit of a weird gradient. But you can see that it does translate to a light blue, which I absolutely adore. And it is also connected to her right hand. Be careful not to cut that while unboxing, because this is a part of the cape, so it holds onto her hand, so she can basically like twirl it around and grab it as she's holding her staff. And it does, it is a really nice length. It basically just touches the ground. It has really little drag, which is really nice. It won't get in the way. And then also kind of shows a little hint of her train, which I will get to in a moment. I absolutely love the train. But yeah, she's super, super, super gorgeous. I absolutely love her. Let me see if I can get her back on the stand though. She fell off. She does have, since I have her off the stand, this is the stand that they chose for this round. She has a little bit of a tighter skirt, so they opted for the waist stand rather than the crotch style stand, which is totally fine for me. But I realized that the stand that goes between the legs, they like stay a little bit better. So, but that's what we got kind of are dealing with right now. Get her hair back out of the way there so she can see the skirt, if she'll stay. Okay, there we go. Craziness, but we got her to stay. Right there, starting now on the skirt, they did sew the same type of print for the as they did for the bodice, and it's super, super pretty. I love that they did that. And then they transitioned it to like the same type of texture fabric, but it is now, and it's still kind of reflective, but it's a little bit less reflective in the purple realm and just a little bit more of a powdery dark blue. And that is kind of shiny as well and translates all the way down. And then they sewed a pinkish layer over top. It's a little bit more red on camera, but it's a little bit more of like a hot pink that they've kind of bunched up and goes around as well. I do have this still tagged, so it's in place. I may untag it later, but I forgot to untag it in the video. But this is a separate piece right here. It's not like sewn down. You just untag that and it's like a separate flap. And it does have Atlantean type of patterns on that as well. And then they also have like gems right there, and that's also in the same fabric as the bodice. And it does also have golden trimming, which is really, really nice. I love that. It just kind of makes it pop a little bit more, which I like. And then going down here, you'll see that it's back to the, from the dark color to the bodice type of print again. And then they also embroidered this. So yay for a bunch of embroidery. It's not print, which is awesome. But they got even more of like text type Atlantean text type stuff on there. And then more gems. And then for the dramatic feature of this skirt, you will see that it flows out at the bottom and kind of flows out like water, which also plays a huge part in the film. And I just really love how they did this. Like, it just looks so nice and beautiful. But it does this crisscross pattern type deal and flows outward, and it does have a big train. It folds under easily because it was in the box, but I'll definitely show that off in pictures and everything. But it does come out quite a bit, and it looks really, really pretty, which I like. And then her final kind of metal accessory is her anklet, which is really, really nice. It's simple yet really, really pretty. Finally got that to focus. And it is like a 2 type of bangle. So in the back it comes together, but then in the front it kind of like splits into like 2 different types of bangles, which is really pretty. So really cool for that. And it is all the way closed, so it's not going to fall off unless you take off the foot. That's the only way that you'd be able to get that off, because they're kind of ball jointed at the limbs. But yeah, definitely really nice, and glad that it'll stay on there, and it looks really nice on her as well. And then going down to the articulation parts, she does have standard articulation, like all the other limited editions. She does have like a cut right here in the waist where you can twist her back and forth. Her arms are articulated fully. Her head does articulate up and down, which I don't want to do too much because I don't want her to fall off, but it does have a good level of articulation on her head. She does have the new hands as well, and expressive hands. This one is more for holding her staff, of course. And then I also would like to mention that they do have the newer feet sculpts that they started with Esmeralda, which looks super nice and more realistic, and I feel like it just kind of suits them better than the old blocky style that they used to have. And then she also has the newer type of articulation up here, so I think she'll be able to, sit her legs sideways and stuff like that. So you'll have a better range of articulation if you're someone like me who likes to photograph these dolls and stuff like that. So that's really, really neat. I think that's it for Kida. So before we go, I will show you her certificate of authenticity. It's very simple and very much like the box pattern. It doesn't have any of the swirls like the box, but it does have like those kind of stone drag type of patterns. It says Disney right there and Atlantis Kida. And then it says the number as well as the text right there if you want to read it. My number was 1,528 out of 9,600. So fairly low, but not super, super low. But I don't mind at all. And then her staff. Her staff is absolutely gorgeous and is really accurate to the movie, which I just saw recently again. I love the texturing on here. Like, it just looks like real stone, which is super nice. And they took real great attention just to make sure that it was accurate like in the movie. And then you can see that there's a handle right there that looks like it's kind of made out of bone. And then you can see the nice detail in like the wrappings and the shading in the wrappings to make it look kind of older, because she is definitely up there in age if you know the movie. And then you can see that it's made out of like stick right there, or just sculpted plastic that looks like stick. And then it has more of like the old bandages that have a rock held at the bottom of it, which is really, really nice. And the best thing about this is the bracelet that she gets at the end of the movie. If you know the movie, another spoiler, she loses her mother at the beginning of the movie as a small child. And as she loses her mother takes her bracelet from her, because this is her infant bracelet. And yeah, it's just like kind of like a really like suspenseful moment, but then it's kind of symbolic that her mom's watching out for her, because when she's finally safe at the end of the movie, she gets her bracelet back from her mother from the crystal. So I thought that that was a really great symbolic moment, that her mother was still watching over her even though she wasn't necessarily right next to her. And I'm really happy that they like included this piece. I just think it's super special, and they totally didn't have to do that, but I'm so happy that they did. But I think that is all for Kida. I absolutely love her overall. Like, she is super, super gorgeous, and I really don't have any nitpicks whatsoever over anything really except for the necklace. I just wish that instead of a gold chain, they would have done brown, but that is like literally the smallest little nitpick. Everything else is absolutely perfect, and I think that the Disney designers really knocked this doll out of the park. And you know, we waited so long for her, and it was well worth the wait, because the designs and everything is just absolutely stunning. And I love that they even included the glow-in-the-dark feature. That is something that we've never seen before that I know of on a limited edition doll, and is really cool now that we have something in your collection that will glow in the dark. That's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think that's it for her. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love talking to you guys about limited edition stuff. It's just really fun for me to get to interact with you guys and kind of just have fun and talk about our collections and everything. But yeah, definitely let me know, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!